Hello Hoops fans, and welcome back to Latest Hoops. As we're sure you know, February and March mean only one thing in the NBA. Trades, trades, and more trades. Mid-season trades have the potential to reshape the entire landscape of the league depending on who moves and where they go. Teams ready to tank trade away stars in the hopes of acquiring draft picks. Those close to winning mortgage their futures for that final missing piece, and all of it is incredibly exciting for us Hoops fans. So we've put together quite a few hot take trade videos for you guys in recent weeks, and today we're bringing you one more. Before we get into that though, we've got a little something special for everybody. How does the chance to win a PS5 with NBA 2K21 and Madden NFL 21 sound? Well, that's what I thought. I'd want to win one too. Well, here's how you can. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, Latest Hoops, for those of you who missed it earlier. Once that's done, like this video and let us know what you think of the trade we're proposing. And then that's it, you're done. You're in the running for a chance to win a brand new PS5. To those already subscribed, fear not, we haven't forgotten you. All you need to do is like this video and comment with your favorite video of the last month and you'll be entered to win too. We're a giving team here at Latest Hoops. Stick around so we can give you a few reasons why we think Zach LaVine is a great fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. Throughout the history of the NBA, there have been a select few teams that have enjoyed dynasty status for their dominance of the league. The most recent example is the Golden State Warriors, who made 5 finals and won 3 rings in 5 years. They probably would have had a 4th as well if not for the injuries they endured in the 2018-2019 season playoffs. Before that, there were the 90s Chicago Bulls, the Showtime Lakers, and Big 3 Celtics of the 80s, and Bill Russell's Celtics of the 50s and 60s. In all of these dynasties, the key ingredient, and the thing teams trying to build a dynasty struggle so hard to find, is a big third piece who is happy to be just that. Examples include Dennis Rodman with the Bulls, Draymond Green and/or Klay Thompson with the Warriors, Kevin McHale of the Big 3 Celtics, and James Worthy for the Showtime Lakers. If the Heatles of Miami had stayed together, Chris Bosh would be another perfect example. The reason it's so hard to find that third piece is that superstars often want to be just that. It's rare to find players among the best in the game willing to sacrifice the spotlight and a bit of their potential max salary to make a trifecta of stars work on one roster while also having enough to pay a supporting cast. James Harden's defection from Oklahoma City Thunder is evidence of just how hard it is. Nevertheless, NBA teams still try and put together dynasty-worthy rosters, particularly after the dominance of the Warriors showed it can still be done. The most recent attempt was by the Brooklyn Nets when they added James Harden to a core of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. The teething problems there show it is no guarantee for success. However, another team with a shot at becoming a dynasty franchise is the Los Angeles Lakers. We've covered a couple of trades involving stars ending up in Los Angeles with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. However, in recent weeks, we've had a bit of an epiphany. Why not avoid the 3 stars problem altogether by going for someone who isn't a legitimate star in the league but plays close enough to that level to be the third piece? Genius, right? But who could that person be for Los Angeles? I hear you ask. That man is Zach LaVine. The ultra-athletic shooting guard who currently plays for the Chicago Bulls is the perfect complement to the dynamic duo already suited up for the Los Angeles Lakers at the moment. He's a better-than-average shooter, and that area of his game is improving in leaps and bounds. He is also immensely athletic and a real threat on the fast break, something that will be put to good use on a team that led the league by a wide margin in fast break points scored last season. Can you imagine how fun it would be to watch a Lakers team in which LeBron James is lobbing passes to the high-flying Zach LaVine on a regular basis? The Chicago Bulls guard is one of the best dunkers the league has ever seen and would be a walking highlight reel if he was paired with someone as good at setting up his teammates on the break as LeBron James is. We love this pairing here at Latest Hoops, but the trade isn't all about highlight reel dunks and wow factor. For a dynasty to work and last, the players in it need to sacrifice a little bit financially. Anthony Davis and LeBron James both recently signed max-level contract extensions, meaning they will both be earning over $40 million a year. That means adding a third piece of the quality they need will be tricky as most players of that caliber are getting paid big money too. Crucially for the Lakers though, Zach LaVine is on a short contract at the moment. LaVine and LeBron's contracts both have 2 years remaining. So when the parties renegotiate, LeBron could take a cut and LaVine could earn a figure more worthy of the all-star numbers he's putting up. James has shown before that he's willing to take a cut to win rings. That's what he did with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade in Miami. Let's be serious, it's not like he needs the money. At this point in his career, all that matters to LeBron James is winning championships. If taking a pay cut adds a piece that guarantees him the chance to do that for a few more years to come, we're pretty sure he'll do it. LaVine also doesn't seem to have an inflated ego about him, like a lot of other stars in the league do. He is part of a young and exciting Bulls roster that often shares the responsibilities of being the star man depending on who's got the hot hand. He'd likely be happy to settle for below max for the chance to be part of something special for a few years. At 25, he's young enough to forego a max offer for a year or two after his current deal runs out and sign one at 28 or 29, leaving plenty of time for him to remain productive in the league and justify the money. That selflessness he currently shows with the Bulls will come in handy on a team where the ball always goes through LeBron James but allows individuals to shine if they can fit in the system. As for production, Zach LaVine's numbers over the last 3 years are all star-worthy and more than enough for him to be considered a big third piece on any team. The UCLA product is averaging an impressive 28.1 points per game so far this season. Last year he averaged 25.5, and in 2018-19 he averaged 23.7. He's also averaging 5 assists and 5 rebounds per game this year, both of which are career highs. Adding to the argument that he could fit well in a LeBron James-run offense is the fact that his three-point shooting and effective field goal percentage have both risen year on year for the last 4 seasons in a row. Playing with LeBron means a lot of open looks, and LaVine is proving he can knock those looks down. The trade also works financially for both sides and makes a lot of sense for all parties involved. The deal itself would look something like this. The Lakers send Dennis Schroeder and Wesley Matthews to the Bulls along with a first-round draft pick for this season or next season, which they likely won't need as they're built to contend for another 3 or 4 years. In return, Chicago sends Zach LaVine and a second-round pick or two to the Lakers, which they use to get a rookie to fill out roster space for cheap in the event any of their veterans retire or leave once they win a ring. And LaVine is on a very team-friendly $19.5 million a year for the next 2 seasons. That's pretty cheap for a player who currently sits 7th in the league in scoring this season. The rest of the people in the top 10 are either on or due max extensions and will be getting paid nearly double that. That's exactly the kind of financial savings a team needs to build a dynasty. As far as attractiveness for the sides involved, the Lakers get a young guard with star potential who can develop his game under the watchful eye of LeBron James. LaVine is only 25 and will make a great running mate for Anthony Davis when LeBron James eventually calls it quits. The deal is beneficial for the Bulls too. LaVine is a potential all-star, but he isn't necessarily a franchise cornerstone to build around. By moving him, the Bulls pick up another first-round pick to use in adding another talented young piece to their roster. They can then either package some of their assets and trade for a legitimate star, or develop what they have and hope that one of their youngsters become good. It also frees up money next season as the contracts of both Wesley Matthews and Dennis Schroeder are only single-year deals. The Bulls would then have space to offer a legit star a max contract and the assets to trade for a second star. Chicago is a popular destination for NBA talent, and if the Bulls front office gets its act together, the franchise could go from average to contenders in the weaker Eastern Conference very quickly. The Lakers, and in particular LeBron James, will want to have as many shots at a championship as possible while the all-time great remains at the peak of his powers. James is showing no signs of slowing down, but he is 36 and will start falling off these levels eventually. Realistically, he has a window of 4 or 5 years to catch and overtake Michael Jordan if he wants to do it as the main man on a team and not by latching on to contenders in the twilight of his career. Adding a third piece to his partnership with Anthony Davis and building a dynasty team is his best shot at doing that. As far as big third pieces go, there aren't many out there who are a more perfect fit than Zach LaVine. The more we think about this deal, the more we like it. LaVine is an all-star quality role player. He's selfless and humble and doesn't want or need the spotlight. He's young and athletic and a real threat on the fast break as well as being a fast improving shooter. If the Lakers front office is watching this, get on your phones right now and go get that man. Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel if you want a chance to win those prizes we talked about earlier in the video. Thanks again for tuning in to the Latest Hoops team for all of your NBA content. If there's anything out there worth knowing, we'll be sure to bring it to you right here. And make sure you have notifications turned on for our channel so you catch the latest hot take trades, news from around the league, and reactions from the superstars of the game as the season unfolds on the best place to satisfy your desire for all things NBA. I'll catch you guys in the next one.